It's no secret that the Hive is the most successful server on Minecraft Bedrock Edition at the moment, and it has been for a while. This can be seen in multiple aspects. Things like player count, content creation, and overall server clout are all things that the Hive excels in. That being said, I don't think you should sleep on some of the other Bedrock servers, mainly Cubecraft and Galaxite, that are, for lack of a better term, on the come up right now. In this video, I'm going to talk about both of these servers. I'll discuss what they're bringing to the table to be competitive as Minecraft servers, and tell you why I think you should be paying attention to all of this growth happening. Before I do so, however, I ask that you leave a like on the video and subscribe if you're a fan of my content. Now, enjoy this video. I guess I should make this disclaimer before we get too far into the video. No, this isn't a Hive roast video, and no, I don't think the Hive is doing anything wrong. I simply want to talk about what I see Cubecraft and Galaxite doing right, and the opportunities that I see for their future growth. The Hive is also doing a lot of things correctly right now, but I feel like it's pretty obvious that I focus on them and highlight them in so much of my other content, and I just want to give some other servers a chance right now. If you're someone who watches me mainly for my Hive content, however, I would still recommend you stick around for this video though. It's important to know what other servers are doing to compete with the server that you mainly play on. Now, with that being said, let's talk about the larger of the two servers in this video, Cubecraft. I would assume that most of you know that for the past year or so, Cubecraft has always been the #2 server on Minecraft Bedrock Edition, second obviously to the Hive. Recently, however, Cubecraft has been pulling more concurrent players than the Hive at certain times, which has led to some people being pretty surprised when they see it happen. This has actually been somewhat of a common occurrence, however. The oldest evidence I can find of this happening was some screenshots from November in my Discord server of the Cubecraft and Hive player counts being within a few hundred of each other. I guarantee that this has happened at other earlier points though, but I just can't find any earlier photo evidence of it. Now, before you freak out in my comment section about this, no, this does not mean that the Hive is dying, contrary to the beliefs of some. There are a few reasons for this, with one of the main ones being that Cubecraft has basically captured the European audience. For those of you that don't know, Cubecraft only has servers in the European region. Obviously, people from all around the world play on Cubecraft, but their main player base is from Europe. I've actually got an excerpt from a different video of mine that I never ended up releasing that talks about how I know this. Usually, Cubecraft's peak player counts are in the middle of the day or early afternoon. This translates to evening in Europe, where most of the players are going to be out of school and have downtime. You can compare this to the Hive, which has a large North American player base who usually join the server in evening North American time. To reiterate, it's been known for a while that Cubecraft will sometimes get higher player counts than the Hive at different times of the day when the Hive isn't as active. Now, one of my personal largest gripes with Cubecraft is the fact that they don't have North American servers. This was one of my largest points in the first video that I did on Cubecraft. It just wasn't enjoyable playing on the server with over 100 ping. Now, think about what would happen if Cubecraft actually added North American servers. I can almost guarantee that Cubecraft would start pulling chunks of other servers' player bases. I've already got evidence that Cubecraft and the Hive share a sizable player base. Look at these screenshots, both of which have happened in the past month, that show Cubecraft's players going to the Hive when the server was having some downtime. When Cubecraft's players go down sharply, the Hives go up. This is because the Hive has a European region and the ping wouldn't be very different for players who are usually on Cubecraft. If Cubecraft were to add North American servers, I could most definitely see the same thing happening in reverse. If the Hive goes down, European and North American players would just temporarily migrate over to Cubecraft during the downtime with very few ping issues. With all of that being said, I still have some other reasons why I think Cubecraft has been and will be doing very well for themselves in the future. Just by looking at their Discord server, you can see that there have been some very major updates in the past few months, including an extremely large change to the knockback in their PvP modes and some major game updates. In terms of the new knockback, it was something that was discussed between the player base and the server staff for a while, and there was testing for over a month to make it something that a majority of players would find acceptable. This was done mainly through discussion on the Cubecraft forums and also through a beta mode on the server. In terms of other updates, it's very clear that the server staff let the players know when anything changes. Beyond the announcements channel in Discord, there's also the Cubecraft website and forums that the server can communicate with the players and get player feedback on different things. There's also another channel in the Discord called the changelog, which details literally everything that gets changed on the server. Overall, the many ways that Cubecraft communicates with their players shows that they're super in touch with their community and shows that they have what it takes to continue growing the server into something great. I'm extremely excited to see what the future has in store for Cubecraft, and I can definitely see myself playing on the server more as it continues to improve. Now, also in this video, I'd like to talk about Galaxite and what I see them bringing to the table. In the span of Minecraft history, they're a relatively new server, only releasing in June of 2020. I won't lie, they had a very rough start with only 3 games at the time, and very few people wanted to play them, which was then reflected in the player count. Since then, however, 2 wildly popular games have been added, and in all honesty, I feel like they revived the server and brought it new life. The first new game, called Chronos, was added in October of 2020 and was the first breath of life back into Galaxite. Chronos is a battle royale based around the mechanic of time. You fight other players and gain time for kills, and you lose time by getting killed. If you have time left in your time bar, you can respawn, but if you don't have any left, you can't respawn. You can see aspects of other battle royales in Chronos, looting chests like in Minecraft survival games, launchpad and gliding mechanics similar to those seen in Fortnite, and even a newly released bounty system possibly inspired by the bounty system of Call of Duty's Warzone game mode, where you go kill a specific player in your game for a reward. While the time mechanics of Chronos can be difficult to understand for newer players, I feel like having these aspects of other games in Chronos can help bridge the gap a little bit and draw new players in. I'll go ahead and say that Chronos is one of my personal favorite games on Bedrock at the moment just because of how different and original it is, while ultimately still feeling like Minecraft. I definitely see a big future for the game mode and lots of opportunities for it to become even better with the testing of things like the new scavenger LTM that happened recently. I personally really like this LTM because it was a very fast-paced version and it shows the different ways that Chronos can be played. Also new to Galaxite, however, is their kart racing game called Hyper Racers. I've already explained the general gist of the game in a different video covering Galaxite, but it's basically Minecraft Mario Kart, so it's not like it's that difficult to understand. If you would like to learn how it works though, I would go suggest checking out that video. The reason why I brought it up in this video, however, is because it's another game that I feel like can draw outside players into the server. There's next to nothing that's even similar to Hyper Racers on Minecraft Bedrock Edition, and that's where I think it'll excel. It's a simple game that's in demand that basically any player is able to understand. Now, the fact that Galaxite was able to turn their server around with 2 hit new game modes and some updates to their existing game modes signals very good things to me. The staff seem to genuinely care about the growth and well-being of the server and its community, proven by things like constant staff interaction on Discord and the resources they use to keep the community up to date. Couple that with the weekly updates that the server sees every Thursday, and you can see that there's a major recipe for success here. Now, it's obvious that the server usually peaks at around 3,000 concurrent players when I'm recording this, but I honestly believe that Galaxite has tons of potential to become one of the greats someday. I'm really excited to see what the future has in store for both Galaxite, Cubecraft, and Minecraft Bedrock Edition servers as a whole. This is the time that you can say to your grandkids that you were here for, when Cubecraft only had 40,000 players and Galaxite only having 3,000 players. You were one of the OGs of the Minecraft Bedrock Edition server scene. Just know that. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching. Before we end, as always, a huge shout out to all of my YouTube channel members. They support me for $4.99 a month, and their names are displayed up on screen as a big thank you from me and as a perk of their membership. If you'd like to become a channel member or check out what perks they have, you can do so by clicking the join button next to the subscribe button or by clicking the link in the description. Thank you once again to all of my channel members, and thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.